continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage, mix in the runs with the pass, and they can continue to generate these big explosive runs. I don't think they need to go away from it.
2nd and inches. They keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And that'll be a gain of 2 and a first down.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. Cooper Kupp was the intended receiver. It's 2nd down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
2nd and 10. Shotgun run now with Walker. And a nice run there as he surges. Forward, a gain of 8, and sets up 3rd down.
A 9-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Now some movement up front. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time here today. So instead of 3rd and short, it's now 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, and Darnold. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
That's good for a Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Darnold escaping to his left. And try as he might, he will not get back to that line of scrimmage. They will force him out for a loss.
Mike, these are the plays that on the stat sheet, the offensive lineman, look at the quarterback a little sideways. He has a chance to just throw that ball out of bounds, but instead, he takes it out of bounds himself, and that goes on the stat sheet as a sack.
Complete to the former Buckeye, Jackson Smith-Njigba. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
So think back to earlier in the week, Mike, and they told us they want to get him going here early and often. So I'd expect plenty of passes to head his way as this game unfolds.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. We'll try and run it with Walker. And they're going to get him down close to the marker. Was he able to reach the ball out? He did. Great spot and a great run. 1st down. 1st and goal.
1st down. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Now Darnold. And he's in. A.J. Barner. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. He's got it. And the Seahawks will take a 7-0 lead.
Seahawks 7. Texans nothing. Jason Myers to kick off.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. On play action. Stroud. That's caught. It's Joe Mixon. He's close to a 1st down. To gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. From the 44-yard line. Here's 2nd down and a yard. And now the 1st carry for Joe Mixon. And he will have the 1st down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chain.
And the Texans 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Now a deep ball here for Collins. He's got it! And he'll take it on in. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Texans.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
We're all tied, 7 apiece. And the kick's away. Shaheed now to return it. Get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
Once again, it's Walker. Once again, this defense up to the task. They stop it for no gain yet again. And now it's 3rd down.
Clearly the plan on offense was to establish the run a little bit on this drive, Mike, but the defense is having none of it. 1st and 2nd down stop, no gain. Now it brings up a 3rd and long. We'll see if they try something else.
From the gun, on third down, it's Darnold. Open man, is Shaheed. That's complete. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. A big one there on third down, good for 26 yards. They'll come up here, first and 10. Throwing, Darnold. Smith and Jigba there for the catch. And they'll take this down inside the 35. 19 more on that one. And another first down.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
That's not the type of play that's going to end up on a lot of end-of-the-season highlight reels, Mike. But listen, sometimes those little check-down crossers produce some positive plays. Stay ahead of the chains.
Ball on the 27. Here's second down and 3. Darnold to throw again. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
They've got to find a way to free him up, and whether that's moving him around the formation or using some pre-snap motion to get him better looks. But right now, it's been a lot of double coverage. It's been a lot of tight windows, and if they're going to have more success today on the offensive side of the ball, especially in the passing game, this offensive play caller needs to be more creative freeing him up.
Third and short yardage, and here's Darnold. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. 4 catches already in this opening quarter, off to a hot start as he picks up the first down.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
So a big third down hookup takes us to the break. Pair of 7s on the scoreboard. More from Houston coming up in a moment. From 6 yards out, it's first and goal. Darnold to the air once more. On the run to the right. And he will wisely just get rid of this one and set up second and goal.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Here's Darnold again. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down. Here's Darnold. The blitz overwhelms the offensive line, and down he goes.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think, obviously, you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Here's Tremon Smith on the return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 now They'll start from the 24. They'll go play action with Stroud. A throw left side, but it's incomplete. He was trying to connect with his tight end, Dalton Schultz. And it'll bring up second down.
24-yard line.
You know, there's a rule that's pretty simple when you're running routes against zone coverage, Mike. And it's as simple as, if you're open, stay open. Instead, you see the receiver here. He ends up running to a covered window, and it just clouds the vision of the quarterback. Instead of throwing into a wide-open target, he's now forced to throw into a contested area.
It is a big-time play for Houston. 61 yards.
First and 10.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover. And
to the pylon, he's in. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Houston.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike. And you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched. And an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
Fairbairn, good on the point after. And the Texans are on top. It's 14-10.
14. Seahawks 10.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's first and 10. To throw is Darnold. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And we'll see where they spot this. Very close to a first down. He's forced out just shy of the mark.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch. But I can promise you, the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier. This play is actually really well defended here. But I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Here we go, sack.
To throw again is Darnold. That'll be intercepted. It's the safety, Jalen Petrie. So they're going to have it here. Get it at their own 37-yard line.
Pass. Intercepted. The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second and 2.
At the 45-yard line.
Again, they'll give it to Mixon. And he's going to have that first down across midfield and down to the 46-yard line.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Open man, downfield, it's Nico Collins. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Second down, they need 7.
Here we go.
From the gun, here's Stroud. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
And when you look down the field, Mike, there's just really nobody creating any real separation, and instead, he tries to give one of his guys a 50-50 contested catch opportunity, but with the coverage as tight as it was, it just falls incomplete.
It is brought in the end zone. Jaden Higgins. Touchdown, Texans.
This is one of those cases, Mike, where the play caller understands, I got 3 points in my back pocket. There's no need here to be conservative. Let's keep this drive alive and see if we can come up.
And trouble on this extra point. It is blocked. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback. On 1st and 10, here's Darnold. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
First down, Seattle.
Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
So, Mike, you look back at the quarterback and you see that this ball is coming out of his hand and it's going to be low. And the decision's made. You've got to go down to the ground to secure the catch. First order of business. Your hands are between the ground and the ball, no matter what that looks like. And then once you secure it, you've got to roll, protect the ball, and under no circumstances can that ball move or hit the ground. And how often do we see a great catch overturned on replay? So it's not easy. You get paid to catch them all.
Two minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I back from Houston in a moment. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2.
Here we go, sack.
Darnold now to throw. He's got it at about the 8. And the left 1st and goal. He is down inside the 10-yard line.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It's such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game, and they're knocking on the door here, first and goal. At the very least, got to come away with some points. He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone, and listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not, and you get paid to make the difficult catches, and I would classify that one as tough, but you got to make that catch. Give your team a chance to come away with this drive with some points.
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. Touchdown, Seattle. Greg, it's one of those, sometimes you got to feel like you know where the ball's going to go, and the defense knows it too, but it still ends up in that guy's hands for the touchdown.
Absolutely, Mike. In these critical situations, like down here in the red zone, it's players, not plays. It doesn't matter what you draw up on the board. You say, okay, who's my best player? Put him in a good matchup, let him go win, and give him a chance. That's exactly what they do here, and I think we're going to see a lot of this the rest of the game.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here we go, let's go.
On first and 10, here's Stroud. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. He was trying to get it to Christian Kirk. And it'll lead to a second down.
Ow, okay. Tony. Hey, uno more. Hey, uno.
Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. Now a deep ball here for Collins. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
From the gun here on third down, it's Stroud. And that is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on fourth down. They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. That's taken in. This is going to backfire in a big way. Going for it on their own side of midfield, but they turn it over on downs.
You know, I think there's certain times, Mike, throughout the game that call for a very aggressive style of play. I'm just not quite sure this was one of those situations, but I guess we'll see how it plays out throughout the rest of the game.
On the left side, and is caught by Horton.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. That's taken in by Horton. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Big-time completion here as they try to get some points before the half. And remember, they're getting the ball back after the break, so they get a chance to double up possessions here if they're able to put a scoring drive together in the closing stages of this half.
The throw on first down is Darnold. Over the middle, that's the tight end, Barner. And they'll have first and goal. He is down inside the 10-yard line.
That's another Seahawks first down. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
From the shotgun, here's Darnold. This one caught at the 4.
This is a great example of why it's so critical that on defense, everybody does their job. You got a free hit blitzer coming right at the quarterback, but because they don't contain him in the pocket, they allow him to escape, and it doesn't allow that blitz to get home.
Darnold. That one to the end zone, but incomplete.
A bit of a risky throw here in the end zone, Mike, and those windows down here tight, they close so much faster in this part of the field. By the time he let it go, the defender was already in position and was able to make a play on the ball.
From the 2-yard line, yet again, what can they do on 3rd and goal? Throwing, Darnold. That one, taken in. Curry, Horton. Touchdown, Seahawks.
You hear coaches, you hear commentators, everybody talks about that middle four, Mike, the final 2 minutes of the second quarter and the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
Much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line.
Here we go. Let's go. On 18. That's it.
Schultz, the motion man. Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. This one complete to Higgins. Here's a 2nd and 6. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play.
Already.
Now Stroud. Now a deep ball here for Collins. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early. Timmy Fairbairn coming on to try the field goal. This from extra point range, a 33-yard field goal attempt. Fairbairn's kick is good. And the Texans cut the deficit down to 1. Certainly a tightly contested first half, and you'd expect more of that here in the second half. A 1-point game as quarter 3 begins. And this ball is not going to get to the 20, so that's whistled dead, and the ball gets placed at the 40-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now Darnold. That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
First down. A gain of 21 yards. First down.
Darnold to throw on 1st down. Get this complete to Horton. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. And that is incomplete contact, but no flags. Going to be fourth down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
This will be returned from the 6. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
On play action, Stroud. Now a deep ball here for Collins. That is knocked away, incomplete. Good coverage there defensively, all over him. And it'll be second down.
Second and 10.
Let the hot, let the hot. Ow, tonight.
They'll go play action with Stroud. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Third down.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
It's a pickup of 12. First down for Houston.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Uno. Here we go.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Catch left side is made by Higgins. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And they'll take this down inside with 35. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They'll run it, and it's the USC man, Woody Marks. And they'll finally run him down, but not before he takes it inside the 15. 22 yards, the pickup there. It's good for a Texans first down.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Here we go.
From the gun, here's Stroud. Throw left side, taken in by Kirk. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open.
That is hard. What a job to keep the play alive. Jaden Higgins. Touchdown, Houston. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Fairbairn able to add the extra point, and the Texans go up by a field goal as they lead it by 3. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown.
At their own 35-yard line.
Side.
On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And he'll take this up past the 40, pick up the 5.
Taken down at the 41. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 41, here's 2nd down and 4. Off the bootleg, here's Darnold. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. Open man is Shaheed. That's complete. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
An 8-yard pickup. 1st down, Seattle.
On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. Taking the deep shot for Smith and Jigba. And they will finally get to him as he's brought down near the 40-yard line.
Darnold's pass. Intercepted.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the 3rd or 4th read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position. Jump that route, challenge the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on 1st down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down.
And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor. And this time, it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it, Mike.
That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Seahawks are in great shape here as they take over at their 46.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
On 1st and 10, here's Darnold. Headed left, buying time. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away. Daniil Hunter getting in there to drop him. It'll be a loss of 7 to start this drive. Darnold to throw. That is caught downfield. It's Shaheed. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a 1st down to boot.
It's a gain of 25 yards. And the
Here's Darnold.
1st down.
Open left side is Barnard. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10.
That's another Seahawks. 1st down.
We'll go play action with Darnold. Got his man at the 6. And he's in. Corey Horton. Touchdown, Seahawks. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Now the point after try from Myers. His kick is good. And the Seahawks have taken a 4-point advantage.
Texans 30. Jason Myers to kick off 4th.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Stroud. Now a deep ball here for Collins. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Covering very strong defensively. It's 2nd down.
Tariq Woolen on the coverage.
Here we go. Let's go.
Here's Stroud. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. Third down stop sets up fourth down.
On the coverage.
All right.
They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. And for a third time today, he's intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Look, Mike.